and welcome back to fyiWeddings. Today we're here at Delicious Cakes talking to Butch Stivers about wedding cakes. What do you see as the trend? You know, I know fondant's been very popular, cupcakes have been very popular. Where do you see the trend going?
Well, actually, the trends change every year, but still the traditional round wedding cake is by far the most popular. But we're starting to see more colors. We're starting to see cakes to reflect the way the decoration of the venues are. We're seeing in the Dallas area anyway, we're seeing a lot of venues, new venues popping up on the outskirts of the city, and they're more rustic. So we see what they call rustic chic cakes. They have a lot of burlap. They have a lot of texture in the icing. Some of them are on ranches, so we see what we call the cowboy chic cake, where we actually put the cowboy boots on for toppers. So they're a lot of fun. You know, brides are trying to have more fun with their weddings. I
know there was a trend for a while of putting real flowers on cakes. Has that kind of gone away, or is that still popular?
Actually, for me, I prefer fresh flowers, with the exception of calla lilies because they are toxic. But I like fresh flowers because they're more vibrant. They look better on a wedding cake, especially in the spring.
Yes.
I mean, there's only so much you can do with gum paste, and you can see, you know, and you know that they're gum paste.
Yeah, you know, well, they have all the shows about making the great big, huge wedding cakes and the wedding cake battles and all that kind of stuff, and you know, and they're always making stuff like that. But I agree with you. I like the flowers, the real flowers on there. Now, is that something the baker puts on, or does the florist put those on?
It depends. Usually I work with the florist at time of delivery, and if she's there, she can put them on, or if she has to leave, she leaves the flowers for me and I put them on.
Right. Now, do you see, are the cakes getting larger, or are they getting smaller?
Well, actually what we see, and I think we see pretty much the average bride, we're seeing the weddings are getting smaller. The average wedding is between 150 to 175 people, so the cakes are smaller for real cake. But what I like to do is match the wedding cake to the venue. And what I mean by that is you wouldn't want to put a cake this size in somewhere like the Adolphus, you know, where the ceiling height is 30 feet, because it'll get lost in the room. So we try to match the size by adding faux tiers to the cake so that they look nice in the plate. It's all about the presentation.
Yeah. And you know, cupcakes, are they still real popular?
I wouldn't say they're real popular. I saw the trend shift from, I think it was Carrie Underwood got married. She had a cupcake cake, and it was popular for that year. And then they've shifted over more to the groom side. The wedding cake is still, you know, kind of traditional, and they might add cupcakes for the groom's cake.
Okay.
But it's no less expensive because the way you decorate the cupcakes.
When brides are ordering, are you finding, is fondant more popular, or is buttercream still very popular?
About 80% of the cakes I do are all icing. It's either buttercream or a buttercream with cream cheese or a mixture like that. And what I suggest is fondant is suitable for certain designs. You know, designs like this, for example, where you have, we call it a quilting pattern. You can't get that well-defined quilt in icing as you can in fondant. So depending on the design, that, you know, I'll suggest to the bride one way or the other which way to go.
What should a bride know before they go looking for a wedding cake?
They should know how much they want to spend. They should know what the venue looks like. They should know how many guests they're going to invite. Because back to the traditions, it used to be, you know, the bride and groom must cut the cake together, and then everybody in the bridal, all of the people that are at the wedding need to eat a piece so that the bride and groom can have children. Well, it's still about 90% of all the guests that come to a wedding want a piece of the bride's cake. And then if we do a groom's cake, 50% of that number is usually what we do the groom's cakes for.
On the pricing of the cake, is that simply per serving?
Well, it's based on a number of things. You know, it's time is money, and time in the kitchen is money too. So Mr. Wilton, who makes all the cake pans, has put a chart together on on the sizes of each tier, like a 6, 8, 10, 12, will serve so many people. Now, I've done the math, and he's actually conservative. But a cake like the top one would serve 12, and the next one would serve 24, and 38, and 50, and so on. When I'm meeting with a bride, I want to know how many servings that she's wanting to serve, and I want to know what the venue looks like. Because I could take a bride that has 150 servings, and we'll do like a 5 or 6 tier cake. 2 of those, or 1 of those, would be fake, depending on the size of the room.
So for a cake like this, let's say they wanted a cake this size, you might have, and then they only have 150 guests. You might have these 2 layers are faux, and the next 3 are real, and the top one's faux?
No, actually for that many servings, I'd do the top 4 real, and that would give us 150, and then the rest of it would all be fake.
Well, Butch, this has all been very, very interesting. I'm glad you had the time to sit down with us on fyiWeddings. Join us next time when we have talk with somebody else about what a bride needs to know about her wedding.